Hello, welcome to my 24-hour reading vlog. So I'm going to try to read as much as I can for 24 hours. Like, try to spend every single minute of those 24 hours reading. I picked this 24-hour section because I'm going to Thermia tomorrow. So that's gonna be a big chunk of the day, and obviously the perfect thing to do at Thermia is read. Thermia, is like a Nordic spa here in Winnipeg. It's like the saunas, the warm pools, the cold plunging. There's like a resting room. There's an exfoliation room, and you're not allowed to bring your phone out into the spa area. So I'm not going to film any of that, but I will get a lot of reading done. And I just wanted to turn it into a 24-hour reading vlog. I think they're really fun. I've never done one before, so now's the best time. It's just almost 8:30 on Sunday night. So I'm going to be reading from 8:30 p.m. Sunday to 8:30 p.m. Monday. And drumroll, the book is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This is my sister's copy. Red Queen is her favorite fantasy series. She's been on my case for years to get me to read it. And, I did pick it up in 2018. I think I tried reading it. I read 100 pages and I just said, Alyssa, I can't. It's just another fantasy. It's like kind of all the same. This girl, she gets powers and there's a prince, and of course they're gonna get together. She's like, Sarah, no, you have to keep reading it. Anyway, now is the time. So I'm gonna read you the synopsis of Red Queen. So it says, Mayor Barrow's world is divided by blood. I'm like seeing spots on the book because of the flash from the video. I hope the lighting is good. Like, we keep our place really dark. Like at nighttime we use really low lights to try to keep our circadian rhythm in check, and so my phone has turned on the flash and I don't even know what I look like. Is it gonna do something with the glasses? These are blue light blocking glasses. I might have to redo this whole thing when I watch it back. Okay. Mayor Barrow's world is divided by blood. I am seeing like white splotches on the book and I can't read it properly. Okay. Those with red and those with silver. Mare and her family are lowly reds, destined to serve the silver elite whose supernatural abilities make them nearly gods. Mare steals what she can to help her family survive, but a twist of fate leads her to the royal palace itself, where in front of the king and all his nobles, she discovers an ability she didn't know she had. Except her blood is red. To hide this impossibility, the king forces her into the role of a lost silver princess and betroths her to one of his own sons. As Mare is drawn further into the silver world, her actions put into motion a deadly and violent dance, pitting prince against prince and Mare against her own heart. Is this a love triangle? Oh gosh. From debut author Victoria Aveyard comes a lush, vivid fantasy series where loyalty and desire can tear you apart, and the only certainty is betrayal. All right, Harper Teen. So this is a YA fantasy. Okay, I'm gonna read it. Whether I like it or not, I'm gonna read it. You're gonna be here for the reactions, and hopefully it's a good time. Okay, so I'm on page 14, chapter 2, and I'm just like, of course, this main character is like the prickly one, the dark one, the thief, the unhappy one, like kind of like the ugly duckling. Like, we're talking about her sister Gisa here, and she's the one who embroiders, and she's really talented, and like, Gisa is skilled, pretty, and sweet. I'm a bit rougher, as Mom kindly puts it. the dark to Gisa's light. It's just, why do authors continue to write these lead female characters as so like dark and ill-tempered and like masculine? I don't know why that is always the go-to for these female characters. You know, I think of all of the books. I think of like A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think of, oh gosh, what's that? The Sarah J. Maas, the City one, Crescent City series. Bryce was a bit more feminine, like, and she was very sexy and beautiful, but she was still really like mean and like Miss Independent and like a loner. What else did I read recently? The Bridge Kingdom series, same thing. Like all of them. Even going back, Hunger Games, Twilight, Bella was like this weird, introverted, shy girl with no personality. Like, anyway, that's the first impression I'm getting from this book. I actually am enjoying like learning about the world and the world building and the silvers and the reds. And it's like the typical setup of like the silvers are bad and, you know, we're the victims, we're the poor ones, they use us, na. And so we're getting that set up here. So we'll see how things go. I just have to say that like I barely know the main character, Mare, but I know I'm not going to like her. Another good word to describe these female characters that I just thought of is angry. They're all really angry. And maybe their anger is part of the plot development, like part of how to get the story moving. It's, you know, there's always a conflict in these stories about like, you like an us versus them. You know, we have to fight the bad guys, the guys on top. It's just so much anger these women have. You know, Gisa, the sister, there's a comment of like, oh, like she coughed in her sleep and she's even ladylike in her sleep. And, you know, I think like I'd rather read a story about a Gisa, just like kind of like a regular girl who's maybe a little bit naive, maybe a little ignorant, just kind of like she does what she's supposed to do, like most women, you know, like we talk a lot in society about how a lot of girls are grown up to please, to do as you're told, kind of like to fawn, right? Like to make sure everything's okay, not be a problem. So why don't we have those characters? And then having them like genuinely unravel what's happening and like them actually getting shocked and then getting angry, not starting off so angry and bitter. It's a contention point for me with these fantasy books. Okay, I just read the part where there was the terrorist attack while Mare is in Somerton with where all the silvers are, and she's gonna go try to, I guess, steal something to bargain or to barter with Farley to get her freedom, like to get smuggled away by Farley. And the broadcast goes out, the news, and the silvers just start attacking the reds in this town square. It's a horrifying scene. And you know what it reminds me of? This was like 15 years ago. Like, I think it was on The Real World. And I watched The Real World, you know, when I was like 14, 15. So this was, yeah, a long time ago. And it was like a Middle Eastern woman. I don't know if she is like a Muslim or not, but she, you know, she looks like one. And it was, she said after 9/11 happened, she went into work. She worked in a kitchen, and everyone in the kitchen just started throwing like food and stuff at her. Like, isn't that awful? Just because she is Middle Eastern, and it was, you know, oh my gosh, I hate when this happens to me, when I blank on names. Carlos, who did 9/11? What was the group called? Al-Qaeda. It's like, you just start throwing food at this woman because she looks like people who are in Al-Qaeda. Like, it's so messed up. Anyway, that's what this scene reminds me of, and I think it's just horrible, and I hope I never, ever, ever get caught up in like an us versus them. Like, it's so easy to like see a group of people as like the enemy or the problem, and I never want to get caught up in that. Like, I hope I don't. I know it's so easy to do, and I really hope that I can just always have compassion for other people. All right, I'm calling it a night. It's 10 to 11. I've been reading for 2 hours and 17 minutes-ish. Because, you know, I had to like go be with the baby for a little bit in bed and whatever. I'm only on page 75. Which, like, I don't know, I thought I would have gotten further for reading for 2 hours. It is what it is. I have read 7 chapters. I think I stopped almost around where I stopped the first time I tried reading the book. She just, like, it's the Queen's trial, and she just fell into the arena and used the lightning power that she didn't know she had to stop Evangeline's, like, iron from coming at her. And then Cal, the prince, the eldest prince, because there are 2 princes, like, saved her from the guards, but she passed out. So I do have to say I'm hooked. I am curious as to what's going to happen. I like the whole idea of the Queen's trial. It's, you know, like the selection. That's like a fantasy series from like the 2010s, and it's kind of like The Bachelorette. Like, there are a bunch of girls that have to go and try to win over the prince. I only read the first book. I did want to continue this series. I've just never gotten around to it. But it seems like the Queen's trial is kind of like that. Like, it's a bunch of girls with powers, and they'll have to like go and show their power to the royal family. So I'm interested to like get to know them more and see what those women are like. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Hopefully I'll be up early. I'll just start reading right away. Okay, it's time for me to start getting ready. I have my breakfast here. I have basically bone broth with some ground beef inside and green tea. This looks like radioactive green. I'm on page 108 of Red Queen. I mean, not a lot to say so far. We're still just kind of like building up to like the main conflict and plot points. They changed her name from Maeve to Marina, which I prefer the name Marina. And there's this part where the king says, Altogether, you are poor, rude, immoral, unintelligent, impoverished, bitter, stubborn, and a blight upon your village and my kingdom. And at the very least, she says, he's right. Because she's a brat. She is a brat. They're all brats. All of them. You know, I was thinking this morning, maybe they're all brats because, like, that's who the readers are. It's bratty teenagers. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the comments, the rude comments that she comes up with to these people. Like, that's who teenagers are. They are just bratty. You know, you think about, I mean, speaking for myself, my worst years were, it was grade 8. That was like my worst year. That was my most bratty year, like grade 7, grade 8. And that's when I would like talk back to teachers. I would talk very rudely to my parents. And so is it because that's the audience these authors are writing for? They make their characters kind of bratty teenagers like them. And I guess they are. Like, this girl's 17. But at 17, she should have a bit more sense and a bit more decorum. But yeah, that's kind of all I have to say so far. I am liking the book. I don't think it's going to be my new favorite series like my sister. I don't know if it's going to get a 5 out of 5. But, I mean, it could end up with a 4, depending where it goes and how it goes. I don't think I'm getting, like, a love triangle vibe. It seems like... Oh, yeah, and also, why would she name the prince Maven? The main character's name is Maeve, and then the prince Maven? Like, obviously, her and Cal kind of have that chemistry, and then Maven seems more just like a friend, like an ally to her. So, I don't think we're going to go into love triangle territory unless Maven and Mare go, like, from friends to lovers. So we'll see. We shall see. And we'll keep reading and we'll find out together. I made it to Thermia. I'm so excited. It's gonna be so nice. I just wanted to vlog before I go in because I can't vlog inside there. Like, I'm 99% sure that you can't bring your phone. And even if I could, I'm not going to bring my phone. Like, you shouldn't. You shouldn't bring your phone in a place like this. You should completely unplug. So I guess I'll see you in a few hours when I come out. Although I may sit down and have some lunch here. And in that moment, I will vlog if I do. So you may see me at lunch. You may see me afterward. We will find out. Okay, I finished at Thermia. This love triangle business in Red Queen. And I spoiled it. Well, not spoiled it, but I typed into Google, like, no spoilers. When does Mare choose between Maeve and Cal? And the, like, AI answer was book 4. I said, no. I have to go through 4 books of this same back and forth to find out who she picks. And frick, if she breaks Maven's heart, I'm Team Maven. I am Team Maven. And although I do think she's going to pick Cal, but I am Team Maven. I mean, it could go either way, right? Like, you think about all the other stories that had love triangles. You know what? I guess actually thinking about it, it's not always the first guy that gets picked. Like Twilight, okay, Edward was picked. Hunger Games, my gosh, what's his name? Like, the second guy was picked, not the first guy. Why can't I remember their names? Company Inc., the first guy was picked. Vampire Diaries, the second guy was picked. I guess it is kind of back and forth, right? What are some other good ones that I can think back on? I guess it's a toss-up, but I am Team Maven. I wonder what team my sister's on. Ugh. Now I feel like I need to just start reading the whole series because I need to know. I need to know who Mare picks. Anyway, I'm going to go home. I want to talk more about the book, but I don't want to waste like my reading time. I've been reading for 20 and a half hours, which means I have 3.5 hours left. I want to go home and just read for the remaining 24 hours and then talk to you about my notes because I just want to read. I have like 120 pages left. I don't think I'll finish by the time the 24 hours is up, but I'll be very close to the end. Okay, I have 30 minutes left of the 24 hours, and I have just under 40 pages left. I'm just here to say, how could Mare end up with either of these boys after what has happened? Like, we're gonna go back and get my reactions from the middle of the book, but like, I'm just sitting here like, how could she go be with Cal, who understandably wanted her to have justice once he found out she was part of the Scarlet Guard. But, who was willing to, like, put her and his brother, like, like, Cal has his reasons and he has a leg to stand on in that aspect. But how could she ever be with Maven again? I was tricked. I was fooled to be on Team Maven. I fell for it. I fell for him. He's a great actor. I'm going to have to get the other books, aren't I? Like, all of my other reading plans are out the window. I'm just going to have to sit and finish this series, aren't I? Oh boy. I'm making a prediction now, and I hope I at least get this right. I hope Evangeline comes and saves the day. Like, okay, I shouldn't be talking about this now because I should just finish reading and then we can talk about everything after. But there was a little part of me that did take Julian's words seriously. Like, Maven is his mother's son. And I was like, hey, that's like a foreshadow. We should watch out for that. And Cal, we were kind of, I think that we have been set up to think that Cal and Mare should be together, and that's why I said earlier, like, oh, I know they're gonna end up together. But then, like, we were led to not believe him, and I think, or not to trust him, and I think that stands, and that was true. But they obviously have to get out of this somehow, unless, like, this is, like, these are the events of history for the second book, and the second book are new characters, but like obviously Cal and Mare must escape, and I'm hoping I can get something right about this book and that it's Evangeline that helps them. But dang, like right now they're in the freaking cells and Maven just came down, and I just like, what is he gonna say to them? Like, what is going on? Like, I did not expect like the book to take this turn. Like, I didn't know it was gonna happen, but not this. Like, I did not see this coming. Okay, at exactly the 24-hour mark, I made it to page 360 out of 383. So I have 23 pages left, and I'm obviously just at the edge of my seat waiting to find out how these two get saved from the, what is this place called? Like the Bowl of Bones. So I'm gonna finish this book and then I'll hop on and we can talk more about all of it. I finished the book. It's late. Charlie had a hard time going to sleep, so I didn't get to finish it till now. It's 25 after 10. We'll talk more tomorrow. I was wrong about Evangeline. I didn't get anything about this book right. But I know that there is still a love triangle all the way through to book 4. So I'm hopeful that Maven was under his mother's influence and he isn't this evil. Like, I think he had a part in it, but I'm hoping that he's not this much of a monster. We shall see. Okay, it's the next day. I'm here to talk about Red Queen. If you hear Carlos yelling in the background, it's because he's watching a Chelsea match and he gets very excited. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to my notes and talk to you about the things that I would have talked to you about while I was reading. So at about halfway through the book, I took some notes in my book here. Okay, so Red Queen. When they found out about Mare having her power, her electricity power, if I were the king and queen, I would have immediately put together a team to find other Reds with powers, because like there's no way she can be the only one. So I immediately would have been searching for other people, or if I were Mare, I would have immediately questioned, like, my brothers, my sister, like, do they have powers too? Another note I wrote down, I wasn't expecting such Mockingjay vibes from it. Like, it's really political, this book, and I don't dislike it. It's just a shock at how political it was. Well, this has been mentioned, but at the time when I was first reading, I was really confused about the romance, because I was really starting to like Maven, and like when he came to her defense in the arena, like when Evangeline cut her and then he like just grabbed her and took her to Julian, I just was like, oh, Maven, my hero. But I was kind of getting like brother vibes in the beginning. Like, is this going to be like a friends to lovers trope? Is this just going to be like, they're going to be like a good team together, you know, fighting for the resistance? Because, you know, the whole thing with Cal, like, their chemistry and the physical attraction is undeniable. So that was where I was going at the very beginning. Yeah, I can't take it if she breaks his heart. He broke hers. Yeah, that's all to say about that. If Maven knew about the bomb, we're done. I was ready to jump ship with Maven if he didn't tell Mare about the bomb, let alone all the other crap he did. Oh yeah, and with the whole bomb thing, like, I don't know why Mare thought she would be privy. Like, it ended up that the bomb wasn't the Scarlet Guard, but even if it was, I don't know why Mare thinks that she'd be privy to all of the information. It's not like she's like up high in the hierarchy of Scarlet Guard. Like, she's just a foot soldier. Like, she's just helping them out. She's not in the same league as Farley and Will and even Tristan. Like, so I don't know why she thinks that she should be like given all this information. With that being said, understandably, she's upset about thinking they did do a bomb, because it's like, that's not what I signed up for. Okay, and then in the book, what did I... I think she's just, we're at the part where they're sending off soldiers to the front, but she's very like, unempathetic to them going, and she's like, why does it matter if they go? They don't fight like the Reds do. I think I'm probably dog-eared the page because I thought she was just being mean about it. Okay.
Reese.
Okay, I'm just at the section where it was before the Scarlet Guard assassinated the 4 people at the ball, and I was just really horrified, like, at how awful it was, like, them picking these 4 people to be murdered and assassinated. And, you know, I guess I'm, like, kind of in the same boat as Lucas, where he just talks, like, killers are killers, like, murderers are murderers. And then later down, we see Lucas, before he's executed, he says to her, like, I thought you were different, but you're not. Like, you're just like all of them, using violence to get what you want. And he's right. He's not wrong. And, like, the one with the 2 kids, and the kids end up dead. Like, it's just so sad and awful. And I don't know how the rest of the series is going to go. Like, if they continue with this, violent streak. But let's talk about Maven, because that's really what we're all here for. The love triangle. I talked to my sister last night after I finished the book, and like, you're here for spoiler. Like, I'm not, like, you're here to hear me talk about the Red Queen and the series. So if you don't want to know, then I don't know, go stop watching. But I was talking to my sister, and because I looked on Google, and it was like, she doesn't make a choice till the very end. And I'm here. Yesterday you heard me be like, well, how is she even still talking to either of these guys? How is there a choice to make? So I said to Alyssa, I said, like, Alara has to be manipulating Maven, because if there's a world where Mare is even thinking about having a relationship, like, not even like a relationship, but like a friendship, or like an acquaintance, or like working together, the old Maven must come back. So Alara must have really been screwing with his mind and, like, controlling him. So I'm really happy to hear that. I am happy to hear a Maven redemption story. I want to get more into that. Cal hasn't warmed up on me. Like, I respect Cal for who he is. Like, his character, like the prince and the soldier, and fulfilling his duty and being loyal to his father and his country, like, that is exactly what I expect of a prince of that character. Cal is exactly who I expect him to be. But I don't get Cal and Mare together. Like, I don't see it. I don't feel it. I'm for Maven and Mare. So I like Cal. I like that he's true to who he should be. I like that the author has written him that way. I also think Maven is also kind of true to who he should be as well. I wonder if we're going to find out, like, how much he was working with his mom, or if his mom just completely took over. Because I could kind of see him kind of going back and forth, like, actually wanting to help Scarlet Guard and Mare and the Reds, but also being like, like his mother's son, and they're probably in this together for a really long time. So I really want to see that story and how it plays out. So in the end, we're just here for Maven. Really, I'm here for Maven. I'm here for his story. I want to find out what happens to him. So stay tuned for more Red Queen content, because I'm supposed to wait until I'm finished my entire TBR, but I don't know if I can. I really kind of just want to finish this series. And so maybe, I don't know, you have to stay tuned and see what I decide, because I might just make like a reading the Red Queen series vlog next, or stick to my reading my entire TBR. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and thank you for being here and listening to me ramble on. And yes, I will see you in the next video. Bye.